Yeah, so Carnival in Rio. So, let's see. Then there was another place where there was like, where was it? It was closer to where the Hippodrome thing is, where they have the actual carnival floats. And we went down there with my French friend, and all these really hot, like teenage, like six of them, Brazilian girls who he'd met. And go over there and hang out and watch all the people standing in line to do their little thing. And then, um, oh, and this other black guy from like Nigeria or something who was working there. And yeah, all these they'd have these teams of like 30 people, all dressed in their same outfit, and then behind them another team. And I guess they do competitions like whoever has the best outfit and the best dance and everything wins a prize or something. So they looked like they kind of took it kind of seriously. You know, they would like practice their dance moves and practice, and it took them. You know, they spent a lot of time and money on their outfits, which are really flamboyant. It was really cool. But we did go into the Hippodrome thing, got tickets, but they sold way too many tickets than there was space for. I went in there and I couldn't find any place to sit down. But I eventually found my French buddy and he helped me secure a really cool place right in the corner on the bottom there and watch the people go by. And these really huge floats. Like this, I think it's called the Hippodrome. It's like a thing made specifically for the carnival. It's this big, like stadium type thing, outdoor, and it has this big road, paved road going through the middle. And on the side, they have like four big bleachers that they load with people, and they'd roll these huge, I guess they were 18-wheeler trailers pulled by tractors. And on top of them, they'd have these huge, like 30-foot high, ornamented stages with swings, and people would be swinging back and forth. Someone would have trampolines where people would be jumping up on trampolines, and like topless women painted and like dressed like angels swinging back. It was real, and like one after another all night long for like 4 days. It was really cool. Um, and then right next to that was this big like soccer field. You had to pay a little bit to get in, but they'd have these different sections. Like on one side they had these like bands and like or music playing, and on the other side they had like American hip hop playing all night long. And I hung out there for a while, dancing with all of these like American hip hop music, all the people there. And Rio is huge. I think it's the 18th biggest city in the world. I think population wise, at least as of 2001. And Sao Paulo was like the sixth biggest or something. And I did take the subway all the way to the northernmost edge of Rio just to see what it was like on like one of the plazas, and it was like it was huge. It just went out forever, and I get out and you're still in a big city with its own plaza. So it's kind of like a little city within a city. I think it's the third biggest city in all of South America after Buenos Aires, after Sao Paulo and Buenos Aires. But or maybe it's even bigger than Buenos Aires. I can't remember. But oh, I did take the boat one day across their canal because Rio is right like at the mouth of this really big inlet to this other town just to the north of it, um, which was a lot more peaceful than Rio. But yeah, so anyways, I was there for a while. And then I took the bus to some other towns. Maybe I took it direct straight to El Salvador. I didn't read my travel journal before doing these videos. Maybe I should have, but I just want to zoom through these videos, get them over with. And I was there for like, ooh, a while, maybe a week or something in Salvador, a few days. And I was hanging out with yeah, with my French friend there too. And got a hotel room. And Salvador de Bahia is a beautiful city, beautiful town. It's a very historical, old town. They have like a central plaza right on the top of these cliffs, and then this other museum like that used to be like the governor mansion or something, right on the edge of these big cliffs. And then you take this little trolley thing down, or no, a elevator down to the bottom, and there's another part of the town, I guess, where all of the skyscrapers are, the business center. But the tops of the skyscrapers, which weren't that high, maybe 5 stories or something, were actually below this historical downtown on top of the cliffs. So there's a great view from the historical town, part of the town. And they had like paquera, lots of like paquera performers there, which is this dance. It's the Brazilian dance. I guess it's the martial art where when they were slaves. Brazil had slavery. Brazil's one of the oldest new world countries around. So they'd had slaves since the 1500s or something. I don't know, 1600s. And they speak Portuguese there because the Pope, the Spanish and the Portuguese were having arguments over who gets what, and so the Pope said, okay, the Portuguese get everything west of this line, east of this demarcation line, and the Spanish get everything to the west of it. And Brazil happened to poke out more west of this one demarcation line, so then the Portuguese got Brazil. But they had slavery until 1868. They had slavery the longest out of anybody, until the latest out of anybody. And I think maybe it causes problems, and that's why there's so much poverty and violence in Brazil these days. There's a movie called City of God that I watched that's just terrifying to watch. It's like this city, this like favela slum where it's just like controlled by little kids who shoot each other, and by the end of the movie they're all dead. But anyways, so yeah, Paquera is this I guess martial art that they do, or I guess they had to do it with they were always had their hands tied together because they were slaves and keep them from running away. So they practiced doing it. So it's just kicking, and they had to have their hands together. So now Paquera is just jumping around, kicking at each other, and then you duck, and the guy kicks over your head, and then you duck, and the other guy kicks over your head, and all this stuff, and then you even jump and put your hand on the ground, but both your hands are together, and then do a cartwheel and jump up again. And so now it's kind of like a dance, and there are lots of those performers doing that, which was cool, really pretty. And we saw one guy who was like a Paquera guy who would show us his stuff, and he was really muscular. He's like, yeah, Paquera. He was really nice. Yeah, Brazilians are really like friendly and outgoing and like happy and loud and lighthearted. But yeah. And then I bumped into this kid who I met in Rio who I went to junior high with, and we got some weed. And then we went out and I got a bunch of drinks with like my French friend and some of the kids who lived at the hotel with, and this kid who actually worked at the hotel, and he was on like a heavy metal band that was all about against fundamentalist Christians. He hated Christians, and he was like really excited showing us the lyrics and to his songs, and it's cool. He was really into that. But yeah, that place Salvador has some beautiful. Every night, or almost, it seemed like they had these huge outdoor parties in all of the different bars, where there were just like 100 people standing outside drinking. And then you go to the next bar over, there's 100 people over here, and there was even a concert in the Central Plaza that was totally packed with people. And yeah, same thing. These black girls, they'd be like staring at you, so you just stare at them, and then they walk up to you, and they're like, "Where's your hotel room?" So yeah, Brazil's fun. But that was another huge city. Like every single city I went to, and I can't even remember the names of them, but they have the Central Plaza Square, but the city itself is just huge. Like I took a bus with my French buddy to the northern part of the town, Salvador, Bahia, there's this huge bay for like an hour or something, forever. And it was just, the city went on forever and ever and ever to this really big, whoops, I'm out of time, really big beach that would have looked great, I think, for surfing and everything. There weren't a whole lot of people on it though, but it was really deep. It was like Venice Beach or something. And it was pretty. Then I got on the bus and took the. Oh, another weird thing. Oops, out of time.